Welcome to Entertainment with Les. Jada Pinkett Smith is undoubtedly one of the most despised celebrities in the world at this point. Did you know that the celebrity has been lying as well? I'm keeping score. Top 10 Jada Pinkett Smith lies exposed to everyone. What do you think, then? Let us know if Jada is lying in the comments section below as we begin our list today at Number 10. The day after the 2022 Oscars, we developed baldness. The condition causing hair loss was all over the internet. Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia, and her journey with it has been publicly recorded. Users on TikTok and Reddit have continued to argue that photographs Jada uploaded of her bald scalp suggest the celebrity is lying about her health. In a video Mariah Campbell posted on TikTok with the description "Here is my celebrity conspiracy," Campbell mentioned her hair loss. "I think she's entirely lying about having alopecia," the content creator can be heard stating. "Because she cheats and wants people to pay attention to other issues." Mariah continued by describing alopecia as smooth patched patches where hair follicles don't form. She then began displaying pictures of samples so that viewers could observe the type of round patches. She then continued by displaying an image of Jada's head while mentioning Mariah. In a previous video, the actress stated that her ailment is the cause of the line on her forehead, which was brought up by the viewer. Then Mariah noted that this line was probably the result of cosmetic surgery rather than alopecia. Jada would then have circular bald patches if she had alopecia, which would support her second claim that Jada was lying. But for someone with alopecia, she appears to have a lot of hair growth. Will was made to intentionally smack Chris by her. Number 9. Bias because of race. We have all gained knowledge from the most recent videos. Jada Pinkett Smith despises white ladies with blonde hair, so that's what she means. "Especially now that I'm calling her out on all of her falsehoods, she despises my whole existence." Jada continued to discuss her revelation in 2018 before moving on. She would discuss the reasons why seeing white women with blonde hair just sets her off. When she declared that she was biased, "I have to acknowledge that I'm somewhat responsible for that. White ladies simply set off my prejudices, which are primarily directed toward blonde women with blonde hair. I have to stop myself." Whether there was a particular incident that happened with someone who had blonde hair was the question her mother posed to her. That all through her youth. We all know that she was made fun of by white women for the way she appeared and her hair. She is simply lying when she claims that blonde-haired women irritate her. It's obvious that it's merely a sneak peek aimed at Margot Robbie. Hey! Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and remember to subscribe to the channel, so you'll never miss out when we return to our list at what we might just discuss next. Number 8. We discovered the relationship shortly after August Alsina revealed that Jada had been having an affair with Will Smith, Jada's husband. Soon after, Jada Pinkett Smith would come up to refute the musician August. After August come out about being associated with, Alsina said that they had been in a long-term relationship for years while she was still married to Will. Representatives for Jada Pinkett Smith would quickly release a statement in which they declared the allegations to be untrue. Jada would then go to her social media sites to announce that she would be attending her well-known Facebook Watch series and that there was a lot of suffering that needed to be discussed. We would discover that the entanglement was real despite what her representatives had been leading on the red tables during the conversation. The general public to believe when Jada first confessed to the affair and later when it was revealed. She also said that she would never give the pair his blessing, but August, so it was all definitely a lie. Regarding his affair, Alsina has nothing to lose. So why would he misrepresent the situation? Number 7. The famed Oscar smack being the Oscar slap. We are curious about what has been discussed for more than a year. With videos from the Oscars going viral, it is unlikely that this episode will ever be forgotten. It would demonstrate Jada Pinkett Smith's peculiar response to her husband. Will Smith hitting Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars raises the possibility that she made her husband defend her after Chris made a joke about Jada Payne becoming G.I. Jane. Chris was apparently unaware that the actress had alopecia because of her bald head. As a result, we continued to chuckle at Chris' joke after his wife made him roll his eyes at how rapidly things changed. The scene was particularly dramatic because it was being broadcast live on television. It didn't depict Jada's immediate response to the smack or any of their previous contacts. However, videos have recently appeared online, and in them, Will walk to the stage to smack, after which Jada can be seen giggling. Chris' subsequent act of confusion, which mirrors that of the rest of the audience, only serves to highlight how sneaky and cunning Jada is. Number 6. 4-year relationship with Tupac. Jada has been deceiving the world about how serious and honestly her relationship with Tupac was. It has taken things a bit too far. She never stops babbling fictitious tales about the late artist. They are absurd, and she's even succeeded in convincing her kids that she would be happier at this stage if Tupac Amaru was still around. With Jada and Tupac's relationship going all the way back to the 1980s, when the two attended the same college, Willow even sent the late rapper a letter when she was just 11 years old. Jada has consistently insisted that their relationship has only ever been platonic. Nonetheless, she has a tendency to show up whenever he begins to trend online once more, indicating that Tupac was more than just a friend, in this case. Since Tupac's death, his pals have publicly stated how badly Jada damaged him since the time she left him for Will. Several Tupac's friends have expressed disgust with the manner she invokes his name to make a statement about herself. Number 5. Not being pregnant despite the fact that many actors have acknowledged to lying to land jobs. One of these people just so happens to be Jada. She once disclosed in The Matrix Reloaded, when she wasn't playing Neo, she kind of lied while being pregnant. As the performer explained why she was passed over for the character of Trinity in the first movie, she was able to land the job. The choice was between chemistry and she merely lacked any. When acting alongside Keanu Reeves, the Matrix directors were so taken aback by Pinkett Smith, she continued, that they gave her a part in the film. But Elia wasn't initially intended to fill the job, she was Jada. Even though Jada was later given the role, she would have forfeited some of it. If she had been really honest, the actress would have been carrying her daughter Willow at the time she needed to be filmed, and her due date was in November. A minor issue arose because her daughter was due in the same month. It was time for the movie to begin shooting, so she told a Fossard that her kid was due in October. Fortunately, she would be prepared by the end of November. Perhaps towards the end of October, Willow arrived. The production team could have been in a serious muddle. Number 4. It has been quite obvious lately that I love Will Smith has never loved Will Smith, but Jada Pinkett. I see what you're all probably thinking right now. Simply allow me to explain how I might have arrived at this decision. I reached this judgment in several episodes of her infamous Facebook Watch series The Red Table Talk. She dived into everyone else's business since she had an entanglement and then proceeded to lay all of her cards on the table. But consider this. Jada would never have permitted him to run up on stage and slap Chris if she had actually loved him. She would have never found humor in the overall circumstance, and Will would have been content. Instead, they both appear to be miserable together. So, it is evident that she is lying to both Will and herself when she claims to love him. Number 3. A good parent for many years. Jada has been attempting to persuade others that she is an excellent parent. Nonetheless, that every mother should approach their child in the same manner that she does as a mother. When Jada brought her kids to the Red Table conversation, Jaden and Willow would express openly about how difficult it was for them to have Jada and Will as parents around. How they arrived. Her children believed that growing up in a prominent family was challenging. There was sadly not enough assistance. They wished that their family had known they were struggling in their artistic endeavors and supported them instead of denying it. Jada continued by assigning responsibility for the issue. Will Smith should be noted for everything. They had distinct parenting styles since they had different upbringings, which is why. But your upbringing shouldn't have an impact on the way you raise your kids. People can have an impact on the activities we all have influence over. Number 2. Being a former Scientologist. Former Scientology members have confirmed that Jada Pinkett Smith has been lying about how committed she is with the organization. That Jada was not the only one involved in the divisive faith. They have also mentioned she worked for the company as a recruiter. while the celebrity has occasionally been seen at the Scientology facility. Even now, she makes claims. She claimed that she had only come to the church out of curiosity and to find out what she wanted to learn. Although the actress helping the church open the new leadership academy in her own house, she didn't consider herself to be a Scientologist. Teachers and parents would later come clean about who took their children out of school. If the actor wasn't a Scientologist, why would she force her husband to not only open the school with her but also allow the church to open the academy in one of their homes and put her own children in it? This all adds up to the fact that the school's curriculum adhered to Scientologists' doctrines. Number 1. C.S. Rock. Shortly after Chris Rock's shocking Netflix selective outrage special was published. Through her words, Jada Pinkett Smith would try to criticize the comedian. We all know this is not the case. He wasn't obsessed with her. Because Jada Pinkett is so popular. Smith, as she would bring out a closed source to draw attention to that. She had no involvement in the conflict between Chris and her husband, and the only involvement she ever had was when Chris taunted her. The insider went on to mention when he shot the special in an attempt to support their allegation that Chris was over 30 years obsessed with her. It happened in her hometown, and he continued by saying how she ought to have been laughed at as she began. He said she ought to have left the Oscars at that point. Chris is harmed, I mean. But unlike some of the other celebs, I doubt he has ever been fixated on Jada. He seems to say her name much less since he is being heckled. Jada is currently attempting to use anyone to assist her in playing the victim, and she is succeeding admirably in doing so. Thanks for watching.